guys, welcome back to Charmin's Kitchen. Good night to you guys. Happy Friday. If you're visiting my channel for the first time, I would like to welcome you to my channel. Today is Friday and we're in the mood for some brown stew chicken, peas and rice, and some nice delicious mouth-watering cucumber salad. So if you guys want to see how I'm preparing this, come on down and let's get started. So we're gonna start seasoning the chicken for our brown stew today. And I have some of the seasoning here. I have some paprika, salt, fine thyme, broadleaf thyme. I have a little bit of water in this bowl, some brown sugar, garlic and ginger paste that I just blended up fresh. And we have some soy sauce here. So now what we're gonna do in this baking dish, I'm gonna add my salt, thyme, and paprika into this bowl. And we're gonna add our ginger garlic paste in here. I love the smell of fresh ginger and garlic. We're gonna add our brown sugar. We're gonna add our soy sauce. And I'm gonna be leaving all the measurements in the description below. I have my 2 broadleaf thyme. And when they're fresh, it's easy just to put them in your hands and just squeeze them together like that. And you can break them right up, just the texture as if you blend it like that. And it smells so good in here. It's really nice when seasoning any kind of meat. And then now I'm gonna add a little bit of water. We're gonna mix all this goodness up. That aroma from the thyme combined with garlic and ginger is just a very, very nice aroma. So now that we have a nice paste kind of texture here, we're gonna add the chicken to marinate in here. So I have the pieces of 1 whole chicken. I'm gonna add them in the marinade. And some of them I took out the skin. And just those drumsticks, the skins are still on those drumsticks, but that's fine. And we're gonna add this all to the dish. We're gonna give this a good mix. And then I'm gonna put this in my fridge to marinate for about 2 to 3 hours. If you leave this for overnight, you will get an amazing result. But if you don't have the time to marinate it overnight, you can always just marinate while you're preparing something else. So now look how beautiful this is. No shortage of any seasoning here. I'm gonna put a saran wrap over it, put it in my fridge, and then we're gonna start the next step. I'm gonna be preparing some peas and rice to go with our brown stew chicken today. In goes 1 red onion, finely chopped. We're gonna mix this. And we're gonna cook the onion until it's caramelized a little before we add anything else to the pot. Now that our onion is cooked a little, we're gonna add in here our rice. And I just washed the rice before I add it to the pot. We're gonna fry up this rice a little with the onion. I use red onion because I like the color of the red onion in the peas and rice, but you can also use white onion if you prefer, or regular onion. While the rice is cooking, we're gonna add some flavor. And I'm gonna go in with some salt, about a teaspoon of salt. We're gonna mix that in. I'm gonna add some black pepper. And all the measurements will be in the description below. Now we're gonna add some allspice, and I'm gonna go in with some fresh fine leaf thyme. So I'm gonna add stems and everything because the stems have beautiful flavor for our peas and rice. And now that it starts sticking, you know it's time to add some liquid. I have it on low heat, but before I add my liquid, I soak some kidney beans and I wash them, and I boil these until they're nice and soft like that. So we're gonna add this to our rice. You can also use the canned kidney beans. I like to soak and boil my own. And then now we're gonna add some coconut milk with water. I grated one fresh coconut and the milk of one coconut added with some water. I have 4 cups of liquid here. And we're gonna mix all that goodness. I like the colors that I'm seeing here. And I'm gonna be adding some more water. I'm gonna cover this and leave it to cook. And then we're gonna start preparing that beautiful chicken that we had marinating. So we're gonna check on our chicken, and this chicken was marinating for over 3 hours. And they are looking good and smelling great. So we're gonna just brown them up on the stove for a little. And
that looks good.
I know, I love the smell. So let's go over to the stove and brown these up a little. So in the pan, I have just a little bit of oil, and we're gonna add the chicken in here just to brown up a little. And these are well seasoned. They smell so good. So now that I added all the chicken to the pan, I also add the sauce that I had it marinating in, and we're gonna brown these up a little on both sides, and then I'll show the results after. This is smelling so nice in my kitchen. I can't even explain that aroma that I'm getting right now. And this is what's going on with our peas and rice. So 2 things going on right now. I'm gonna cover this back and let it cook until the rice is completely done. So we're gonna check on our chicken. On one side, it's been browning up nicely. Look how beautiful that is. So we're gonna we're gonna flip all of them, and then we will, once the water or the liquid is dried out, we will take them out of the pan. It smells so delicious in here. So now we're gonna take the chicken out. Now that they're browned up a little, take them out from the pan, and we're gonna rest them in a dish. until we prepare the sauce for the stew. And the chicken is almost finished cooking, but we still have to continue the process. They look very, very nice and smells amazing. So now with all this goodness that we have left in the pan, all this nice sauce from that chicken, we're gonna add some onions. I have 1 red onion finely chopped into that pan. We're gonna cook these onions out a little and let them mix in with that sauce and get a nice flavor in there. So we're gonna cook it about 2 minutes or so. So now that our onion is cooking up a little, we're gonna add 1 tomato. And this tomato is gonna add more sauce to the pan. We're gonna cook it until it's nice and soft before we add the next ingredient. So the tomato gives out some nice liquid in here. We're gonna add 1 bay leaf, and we're gonna add some thyme. I'm gonna roughly peel these leaves out, and stem. I like the stem inside. We're gonna add a little bit of allspice into here. We're gonna give it a mix. The aroma is so amazing. And now we're gonna add some peppers. I have 1 small bell pepper chopped up. This is the red, and I'm adding an orange one. You can add any vegetable to this stew, but I like the colors of the bell peppers and the sweetness that it adds to the dish. Really goes well with the stew. So now I'm gonna let it cook about a minute so those peppers can absorb a lot of the flavor before I add some water to the pan. So look how beautiful this is. Now I'm gonna add some water into the pan. About 1.5 cups of water. We're gonna mix all this goodness in. I'm gonna let this marry together for a few minutes until it starts to boil. And then we will put back those chicken into here to get nice and moist and soft, and to get all that nice liquid into those chicken pieces. So let's check on our gravy, and that's looking amazing. Let me just turn it up a little. I didn't add any salt, but I know the chicken have salt, so I'm just gonna taste a little bit to see if I have to add any salt. And we need a little bit of salt. Amazing. So just a little bit more. I'm gonna add those chicken pieces back to the pan now, and these guys are gonna have a happy bath in that sauce before we serve this up with our peas and rice. It's gonna have a beautiful flavor. Natalie, you like peas and rice?
Yes. I'm excited.
How does chicken look?
It looks so good.
So we're gonna cook this a little until the chicken is completely done. And we are in for a dinner treat tonight. All are invited. So now I'm just gonna make a simple salad to eat with our peas and rice and brown stew chicken. I have here some cucumber thinly sliced. I have some red onions. I have some dill finely chopped. And over here I have some yogurt. I'm gonna leave all the measurement in the description below. I'm gonna be adding some apple cider vinegar into the yogurt. And we're gonna mix that up. Apple cider vinegar or red wine vinegar can work for this. We're gonna add a little bit of salt, just for flavor. And this is plain yogurt I'm using. We're gonna add the dill into the mixture and look how nice that is. This makes a very delicious cucumber salad. And I think I wanna go in with a little bit more of my apple cider vinegar. And we're gonna mix that because we want to have a more smooth texture here. And now we're gonna add those onions. The onions are optional, but I like that little zippy taste of the onion, that nice zesty flavor. And then now we're gonna go in with our cucumbers. And this is a favorite salad in my kitchen. You just want to coat all those cucumber nicely with the mixture. And there you have it. We have our salad tonight for our dinner. My mouth is drooling right now. The smell of the onion and that dill combined with the apple cider vinegar smells divine. So my brown stew is looking really good. I'm gonna turn this down with some gravy in it because it's always nice to get that delicious gravy poured out on the peas and rice because it tastes so nice with all that rich flavor. So I'm gonna turn off my stove. I'm gonna plate it up and let you guys know how everything tastes. So here is our dinner tonight. This is our brown stew chicken. Check that out. Looks amazing, from gravy to chicken to all the vegetable inside. Look how mouth-watering good that is. All are invited. I have my peas and rice here. And I have enough for all my YouTube family. And I have my cucumber, onion, dill, and yogurt salad to go with the dinner. I'm gonna be plating up, but before I do so, I have a success story for Sister Donna. And she followed my recipe. She made some mashed potatoes, some sweet potatoes, and some asparagus, and some lovely salmon. Her dinner looked very delicious. So I'm gonna show you those success story right after this. So here it is, friends. I have my peas and rice with my hot pepper and my chicken, my nice brown stew chicken, and some delicious yogurt and dill salad. First of all, I'm gonna go in for the salad and let you guys know how this tastes. To all my beautiful friends out there, this is your mouthful. There's so much crunch in that salad. And with the red onion, another layer of crunch, and the dill, everything just work well together. So here is the chicken, and I want to show you how nice the chicken cooked. The inside is nice and perfectly done. And then this piece here, look at that, it's really soaked in with that juice. I'm gonna take a mouthful of the chicken by itself to give that full flavor taste. Really, really soft, melting away in my mouth. And that ginger, you can get the hint of the ginger right away. I didn't add any pepper to the dish, but that very pungent flavor of ginger and everything else just come really nice together. So now I'm gonna do some of the peas and rice with the gravy and the chicken, because this is how I like to put it together. All my fans out there, cheers. What a beautiful Friday night dinner. If you guys like this recipe, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel and you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you will consider subscribing. I wish you guys can taste all the flavor that's going on here right now. Until then, I love you guys. I'm gonna take as much mouthful as I can for every one of you. You guys stay safe, stay blessed. Wishing you guys a wonderful weekend. Bye for now.